everyone! Before we get into the rest of this video, I wanted to quickly share a resource that has really helped me out this past semester, and that resource is study.com. Study.com is a platform with 1.9 million learning resources, including flashcards, microlessons, and lots of different worksheets. I find their flashcards and worksheets especially helpful when studying for my exams because they promote great active learning habits. These resources have helped me get a 4.0 GPA during my junior year of college, and they have also helped me feel so much more prepared and less anxious about my exams. Overall, I cannot recommend this service enough, and I think that if you are a student, you will also really enjoy using study.com. If you're interested in trying out study.com, all you have to do is click the link in my description and you will automatically get 25% off your first month at checkout. And this offer is available to any new members. I will also link study.com's YouTube channel in the description so that you can check out their free educational videos. Thank you so much to study.com for sponsoring today's video, and let's get back into it. Good morning, everyone. It is the start of another week. This is the first vlog this semester that I'm actually starting on Monday, so excited for that. But today is actually kind of exciting. For my Laws of UX class, we have a field trip tonight, and we're going to be visiting our client and gathering intel on what they're looking for in their website and app redesign. Actually, I think it's just a website design, but there's like a mobile version and a desktop version, obviously. So I'm really excited for that. I do have to take a lift there, which is kind of annoying and kind of expensive, but I think it's gonna be worth it, and I'm really excited for that. Before that, I have to TA for a lecture. They're doing a Figma workshop in the class that I TA for today, and since I have experience with Figma, I'm gonna be helping people if they need it. And then I have 2 user interviews that I am leading today, which is really annoying. I hate leading user interviews, but it has to be done. Every single person in my group is gonna lead 2. The issue is that I'm also attending 4 other user interviews because we need a note taker at each user interview, and unfortunately I was the one with the most availability, which seems incorrect. It seems like people are just not sharing their full availability, but that's okay. At least today will be the only time that I actually have to lead them. Because I am sitting in on so many other user interviews, it's going to be a pretty busy week for me. I also have my second therapy appointment this week and my second physical therapy appointment this week. So a lot of appointments, a lot of random errands that I have to do, which I might tell you more about later, but they're not very interesting, so we'll see. And then I'm actually meeting with a girl who reached out to me because she is interviewing for the same internship that I have already gotten last summer and this summer. So she's looking for advice, and it's just so full circle for me because around this time last year, I was messaging people on LinkedIn asking for their advice because I was also going through the recruiting process. So it's just crazy that now people are reaching out to me, and I'm obviously more than happy to help, and thankfully we were able to find a time that worked for us, even though this is like one of my most busy weeks ever. But yeah, I will update you later as I have more things to tell you. I'm just going to edit a video right now until it's time for me to leave to go TA for that lecture. One of my assignments was just graded, and I got 2 points off because it was supposed to be at least 250 words. And I remember when I was writing the assignment, I thought it meant at most 250 words, which, you know, that doesn't make a lot of sense now that I'm thinking about it, and this is definitely on me for like not reading the instructions properly, but it's just been a while since I've gotten points off for something stupid like that, and I'm really upset with myself. My new backpack came in from the North Face, so I'm going to unbox it. Okay, so I'm gonna take you through how I organized this backpack. So I don't currently have this in here, but I'm going to put my laptop and iPad in this back pocket. And then in the second biggest pocket, I'm putting my folder and my sketchbook and also this pencil case full of Papermate Flare pens. And then in here is probably where I have the most stuff. So back here I have these masks and this lotion. And then in the zipper pocket, I have some Claritin pills, Band-Aids, tissues, a pad, and some cough drops. So I'm gonna zip that up. And then I have a pen and a pencil, an eraser, a charging cord, another charging cord for my laptop. I think I'm just gonna put the charging cord in this back pocket with my laptop because I need to plug my laptop in pretty frequently since it's getting pretty old and the battery life isn't the best. So I like having my charger with my laptop at all times. And then I have my iPad charger in this one. Then in this pocket, I have some hand lotion and all my lip products. So I have some clear gloss, some Nivea chapstick, and some Carmex lip balm. And then over here I have some mints and some hand sanitizer. So yeah, that's everything that I have in my bag. I will link this backpack in the description if you're interested in it, but it's a pretty basic backpack. I feel like everyone has this backpack, but my physical therapist said that it would be good for my back, so I ended up ordering this in my last vlog. So yeah, I'm gonna go get some more stuff checked off my to-do list now. The weather is horrendous outside, and guess what? The Wi-Fi in my apartment isn't working. So I'm gonna have to go back out there if I want to do anything because my hotspot doesn't really work, and also I can only use 2 gigs of data a month, so it's not really an option for me. I'm so annoyed. Like, it is terrible out there. That's why I haven't been filming. Class today was pretty good. I feel like I always get really bored in my graphic design class, and then after that I met with a girl who is applying to the same internship that I had last summer, and actually she got an interview, so I was just helping her prep for the interview process and just giving her all the tea on what it's actually like. But yeah, I'm gonna go make lunch now. I have a couple quick errands to check off on my to-do list, but again, I think I have to go to campus to do any of it, which is so frustrating. Hey guys, it has been raining and super humid lately, so my hair is kind of a frizzy mess right now, but I just wanted to update you on how things are going. I feel like it's been forever since I last updated you in this vlog. In like literally 5 minutes, I'm going to leave and walk over to my second therapy appointment, and I am honestly still kind of nervous. Less nervous than I was for the first appointment, but just based on how last time went and just remembering the feeling of being very unsatisfied after the last appointment, I am determined to open up a bit more in this appointment, and so I'm a little nervous for that, but hopefully it goes well. I'm sure it will. I just like to worry about everything, so I'm gonna be worried about that until it's over. I have also just been really frustrated this week with my group project for my senior capstone class, and I feel like I complain about this in every single vlog, but it's still very much prevalent. This morning I was supposed to be taking notes for a user interview that one of my other group members was supposed to do, and then that group member didn't show up, so I ended up conducting the interview myself. And this happened earlier this week with another one of my group members too. So I have done 2 user interviews that I wasn't even supposed to do. And like I said before, I don't really like conducting user interviews. It's not one of my favorite things to do in the design process. And I understand that part of a job like this is doing stuff that isn't your favorite, but we agreed that we would each do 2 user interviews, and so far I've had to do 4. So double what I originally was intending to do. So that's a little frustrating, but other than that, classes have been going well, I think. I had my Gen AI and UX lecture this morning, and it was really good. That's like my favorite class, at least this semester. So yeah, that is pretty much it for my updates. I feel like I'm missing a lot of stuff, but I have to head out pretty soon, so I might do a longer update later. But yeah, I hope you're all doing well. It's been super cold where I am, and I just have not been feeling the best, but I hope you're all taking care of yourselves. Hey guys, so I got back from therapy, and this appointment was so much better than the first one, so I'm really glad that I continued to stick with this therapist and that I went again, even though last time I felt really unsatisfied after. But this time I just felt so much lighter walking out of there because I was really able to make some revelations in there, which I was not expecting. But yeah, that went well, and now I'm just going to respond to some messages and emails, and then I think I'm just gonna chill until it's time for my last class of the day, which is my Laws of UX lecture, and I'm actually kind of excited for that because we're going to debrief the field trip that we took on Monday. I don't know if I explained this, but we took a field trip to the client's business and just checked it out and got a tour and also talked more about their website and their needs. So yeah, I'm gonna go get to all of that. I think today is going to be a bit of a long day for me because I'm giving another presentation tomorrow with the rest of my senior capstone group, and they have done nothing so far. So I'm gonna have to finish putting together those slides. I have the basic template and I think 90% of the slides are done, but the 10% that I have left is probably the hardest 10% because it has to actually talk about the findings from our user interviews, and I've only gone through the transcripts for my interviews that I've done. I haven't really looked at the others yet, so that's gonna take a little bit of time, but it'll be fine. And then we have to rewrite a report for that class because we did really poorly on it. It's not that we did poorly, it's just that we got a lot of feedback that we need to address, and I agree with all the feedback, so I wasn't surprised by it or anything. I just didn't have enough time to properly write the report, which always happens to me, but I'm really grateful for all the detailed feedback that they give us in this class because I'm tired of the classes where you just turn in an assignment and then you just get 100% and no feedback. I definitely learn a lot better this way, so yeah, but it still is pretty stressful because just in general, like my capstone class probably stresses me out the most out of all my classes. Hey guys, I am about to head to physical therapy and it's gonna be a really busy day. I basically have classes and meetings back to back until 6 p.m. tonight, which is gonna be exhausting. Also, I'm not feeling the best because I don't know if this happens to anyone else, but whenever I have a lot on my to-do list and I'm really overwhelmed, I find that sometimes I just kind of freeze and don't do anything, and that kind of happened to me last night. So I didn't end up finishing my work until like midnight, and that's not because the work actually took me that long. It's because I was just like sitting around because I couldn't bring myself to do anything for a while. And then because of that, I decided to skip my physical therapy exercises and my yoga that I usually do every night, and I woke up with my back feeling worse. And it was getting better in the days prior, so really upset with myself for that, but I've learned my lesson and I'm never gonna skip my PT exercises ever again. And to make up for the yoga that I missed yesterday, I'm gonna do 2 sessions of yoga today. Hopefully I feel better tomorrow, but I am about to actually go to a physical therapy appointment, so I will update you later. Hey guys, I had an extremely long day and I just did a Target run because I have like basically nothing to eat. So let me show you what I got. Frozen waffles, chips. I've never tried these, but they look really good. Cheese and crackers, some more cheese and crackers because I love cheese and crackers. Everything bagels, some mandarins. I've never tried chocolate almond milk, but it was the same price as the regular almond milk, so I decided to try it. I think these might be some of my favorite muffins ever, so I decided to get these. Some apples, and that's pretty much it. Hello everyone, today is Friday. It's been a pretty slow day so far. I haven't done much work, but I'm about to start working on an assignment, and then I have a Zoom meeting later, and I'm gonna be meeting with the rest of my group for my senior capstone class as well as our client. So it's gonna be a pretty big meeting because we have not spoken to the client since before winter break. So obviously, like, it's been a while and there's a lot that we need to catch them up on, but I always end up feeling very frustrated after these client meetings because I end up being the only one from my group who speaks and who adds to the conversation and actually stays engaged, and that's kind of frustrating. So I'm just like mentally preparing myself for that because I know that I'm gonna be super drained after. But the assignment that I'm gonna start working on right now is just like a 250 word essay, so it's not bad at all and it shouldn't take me that long. And then after that, I definitely have to start working on more stuff for my senior capstone project because there are quite a few things to do for that, and I'm not excited. I ended up assigning some tasks to everyone in my group, but it never works out and I always end up being the one to do everything, so we'll see how it goes. I don't think I updated you yesterday, but I had my second physical therapy appointment and like my back pain was going down for a while, and then yesterday it kind of flared back up a little bit, but the physical therapy really helped. But then the same thing happened again this morning and I'm not really sure what's up with that. I thought it might have been because I skipped my physical therapy exercises and my yoga one night, but I did them last night, so I'm not really sure what's up with that, but hopefully it starts declining again. And other than that, I was in a pretty bad mood yesterday, mainly because of my senior capstone project. I feel like that's like the biggest thing that's been stressing me out these days, which I guess I should be thankful for because there are definitely worse things that I've been worried about in the past. But basically what ended up happening is, actually, let me give you some context first. So every week for the senior capstone class, we have a weekly UX stand-up, very similar to how stand-ups work in the workplace. If you're familiar with UX stand-ups, basically you just go around and tell other UX designers what you've been working on, any challenges or blockers that you're having, and you ask them for feedback. So we do that every week in this class. And for that, every week we make a new slide deck, and every week I ask my group to add to the slide deck and I give them specific portions that they need to fill out, and they never do it. So yesterday what I decided is that since they haven't contributed anything to the slide deck, they're not allowed to speak during stand-up, because we all get individual participation grades for this class, and so I knew that that would negatively affect them and hopefully motivate them to actually help next time. But what ended up happening is they all basically like confronted me during our group work time, and they were like, we didn't split up the slides. Like, which slides are we going to be speaking during? And I was like, why don't we all just speak during the slides that we made? Like, I assigned you to make a couple of these slides, you can just speak during those. And they were like, oh, like, we didn't have anything to add. Like, we just agreed with everything that you already put in the slide deck. Which makes no sense, because I actually ended up adding to the slide deck pretty late. Like, I was waiting for them to add stuff. So that was interesting. But I don't do well under pressure like that. So I was just like, okay, I guess you can take like this one slide. So they ended up speaking during stand-up. Because of that, I feel like my professor doesn't really understand or realize that I'm the only one doing work in this group, because they're basically just like taking credit for things that I've done and talking about them during stand-up. So I'm really frustrated about that. I told one of my friends who's in a different group, but she's also in like the same class, and she thought it was completely unfair, which was actually kind of reassuring to hear, because I thought I was just being dramatic, and I kind of thought that it doesn't really matter because at least the project is getting done one way or another because I'm getting it done. But yeah, no, she's right, it really is unfair. And she thinks I should talk to the professor, which I don't know if I'm gonna do that just yet, because we also get like these bi-weekly team check forms that we fill out, and so I really ranted about them in that form, so we'll see if anything comes of that. But I don't know, I'm just so frustrated. But yeah, that was the biggest thing that happened to me yesterday, I think. And then also I had my last meeting that I ever need to do for the student org that I was leading up until December. So I've handed it off now, and I had my last meeting with our advisor and the new president. So hopefully my part of that is done, and I'm just super relieved about that. But I'm gonna get to work now, but I will update you later.